Okay, I wanted to make this video as just a giant introduction to setting up Portal 2 for speedruns. This is going to focus around full game runs because that's what's most popular to get people into the game, but a lot of these can be applicable to challenge mode as well. The first thing I'll recommend is Ken even has a great series of tutorials here to follow. Chapter 0 here goes over a lot of the stuff I'm going over. The second thing I want to bring up is the resources page over on speedrun.com/portal_2. Cool resources over here, stuff like that. The Discord link is on here as well. A few things that I would recommend downloading from here are the containerized save and the blank splits. Also, we use Livesplit, so going over here to Livesplit and downloading Livesplit will be important. And then we use Sar. So Sar is a plugin developed by Nex, which is designed to sort of give us a lot of console commands and tools to help our speedrunning needs. And it does things like link externally with Livesplit and makes timing runs more accurate and easier. Um, so he has his versions of Source Auto Record here. For my money, I prefer using Blender ISO 9's SAR. He has a bunch of cool work in progress features, so I'm going to be using this one, but because I think there are some problems with demo playback, specifically with Next's current version. Um, but checking with the Portal 2 server to see what's the most up to date is always good. Um, so here's the downloads folder I have. This is the universal containerized save. We'll go over that later. Here are the blank splits. Here's SAR. Now, an important thing to note for SAR is it's a DLL from GitHub, so your computer won't like it, chances are. So, in virus threat protection in Windows, um, you can do manage settings for virus protection, and then go to add or remove exclusions, and add exclusions for SAR in like downloads and then in your Portal 2 folders. So that Windows doesn't automatically delete SAR, which will happen sometimes depending on what your settings are. So the next thing you want to do is locate where you have Portal 2 installed. Um, Depending on the person, this is going to be different. For my example, I have it in an external hard drive, but it's your Steam apps, Common, Portal 2, and then Portal 2 lowercase is typically where everything will go. So installing quote unquote SAR is as simple as just dragging it into Portal 2. I think it will work from either uppercase Portal 2 or lowercase Portal 2, but I always use lowercase personally, so just delete this now. And then if you want to just throw containerized save in here real quick, um, oops, the containerized save zip comes with two files. It comes with a save and the demo for the save. So a demo is like a recording of your gameplay or your inputs and it recreates it. But this is the demo file for everything that happens before this save. So the save just skips the cutscene. That it's an interactive cutscene, so we included demo if you want to render out your run from the start. So you can just use this to render it out. But we only really care about the save right now. So adding saves to Portal 2 is your lowercase Portal 2 folder, and then save, and then there's just this long string of numbers, and you throw that in there, and then now you can load from that. So now we're going to go to Livesplit. Give me just a second. There it is. So I have a bunch of Livesplit stuff already. Let me see if I cannot create a new layout. I don't want to update Livesplit right now. I'll do that later. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab these Portal 2 blank splits. we are going to load that. Here's our Portal 2 blank splits. This is what should happen if you open from the Portal 2 blank splits. I'll close my other one real quick. And then from here we have a good guide on, or I will do Control F, Livesplit, because it makes it slightly easier. I have this guide written up on the Portal 2 Discord server in the resources channel. So we've got this opened up, but let's look at part 1 right here. Create a new file called sar.asl. Folder does not match as long as you can find it, or alternatively download the pre-made one. We're just gonna make a new one here. It's just gonna be, we're gonna do create a new text document. Now, sometimes when you create a new text document, you might not have it set up on Windows to where you can, let's see, where is it? Hide extensions for known file types. So if you have this checked, you won't be able to see the file extension at the end of the file. So I have that unchecked so that when we have new text document, it allows me to change this at the end, this extension. You can also open up the text file and do a save as and make sure that you specify the type of file it is, which is sar.asl. And then Windows is going to yell at me. Changing file name could make it unstable, blah, blah, blah. We're just going to do where's open with? Oh, open with. Hello? Can I open it in Notepad? Cool. It's just the easiest way to do this for everybody else's sake. On the resources page, there's this, which you can download the ASL file. But for the sake of this, we're going to use a link that I've put in the description. Can't even has in the description of his, where it's just text. We're going to just select the whole page, paste it in here, save it, close it. And then the location of the file does not matter. As long as you know where it is, wherever this file is located, it does not matter. So create a new file called sar.asl, alternatively download, copy and paste the information, open Livesplit with Portal 2 splits, yep. Right click and hit edit layout, go to edit layout, plus icon, and then go to control, Scriptable Auto Splitter. We're going to click this. We're going to browse sar.asl. Alright, cool. Right click, compare against game time. This is going to make it so that it doesn't just, keep the timer running when you're in loads and things like that. And then, let's see, I think there is a setting as well for subsplits. Yeah, so we would just go like delete splits, minus splits, bring up subsplits. If we wanted to play with subsplits, then there we go. I think there's a setting, hold on, subsplits. Yeah, where you can do like total number of splits that you want to show and stuff like that. You can edit all those settings, but we've got this set up here. Let me see. So we've installed SAR. We have Livesplit set up. Let me see here. We can open Portal 2 real quick. The keyword I thought would be real quick, but seems to be fighting me on that one. There we go. It's loading. Cool. Hopefully this shows up in just a second on... Oh, there it goes. resize that real quick so that you can see both of them. So when you launch into the game, you're not going to have SAR loaded or anything like that. So the way you load SAR is you type plugin load SAR, and then if it's in the correct directory, you should get this little message. Now the SAR commands, there are a ton of SAR commands, all sorts of SAR commands. We are going to switch back to Discord here. We're going to go full game. It's in here somewhere. Here it is. SAR commands for full game runs. This is a quick list of useful SAR commands for full game runs, and it tells you what they do and what they should be set to for full game runs. Ken even goes over this a bit in his video, but for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a quick autoexec. So if you go to the CFG folder in lowercase portal 2, there should be one already, but if not, you can just create a new one, and we are going to do open with Notepad. And what the autoexec is it's a list of commands that will be executed every time you load Portal 2. So because SAR is a plugin, it's loaded and unloaded whenever you start and restart the game. Or it's unloaded every time you restart the game. So instead of having to type it in every time we open Portal 2, we just type in plugin load SAR. And then I will check real quick to make sure plugin load, yeah. Plugin load SAR. Cool. Let's open this back up and let's look at these other commands. Now, as you get into playing, you might want to do things like setting up other execs in here where it's like, oh, you create new exec files for full game runs or challenge mode play or things like that. But let's just assume that you're just going to be playing full game runs for now. We'll do things like sar auto record 1, which will keep demos recording after death and through transitions. We will do sar speedrun auto start 0, because sar speedrun auto start just will start the timer whenever, and it won't start when it's supposed to on the container write save. Sar speedrun offset 16868. The offset just means where the timer starts, like where at what value it starts at. So by default, it would obviously be 0, but this is the number of ticks that we offset for the container write save. So if you're loading the container write save, you need this SAR offset here so that your timer starts in the right place and it accounts for the fact that you're skipping the container ride. SAR speedrun time pauses 0. This is subject, of course, to pause abuse. Pausing isn't allowed if it gives you any sort of advantage in the game. But, sometimes you have to pause and go to the bathroom or something during a run, and this will just make it so that your timer does not continue while you are paused. CL show pause 1, this is a Portal 2 command, not a SAR command, and it shows positional information on screen. And then I like to just throw SAR speedrun reset in there, but this is a command that you use if you want to restart a speedrun. So we're putting all this in our autoexec, which just means whenever Portal 2 gets ran, this gets exec. So we will do plugin unload sar exec auto. You don't have to exec auto exec, but because I'm not going to restart my game, I'm just going to run that real quick. So let's switch back to the one with Livesplit, and then to start your run, you just do load container ride save. If we did everything correct, the timer will not start until our crosshair appears. So let's see here.
Good luck.
Did not start. Interesting. Give me just a second. Sometimes it can be a little finicky. Save. Okay. So if I have trouble with Livesplit, what I normally do is I save, or I restart Livesplit, and then I restart Portal 2. And sometimes it can just be finicky. Things like, there's a few things I can check here. Where are edit splits at the top here? We want to make sure that our auto splitter is off because that is the built-in Livesplit auto splitter. And then load container, right, save. Let's see if it works this time. There it goes. Yeah, so sometimes you just need to restart it, and it's as simple as that. So if I pause now, the timer will also pause.
Welcome to the Aperture Science.
And then if I played through, you would see things like that. When in doubt, it's always good to just restart things. I find that opening Livesplit before Portal 2 tends to help for whatever reason. I don't really know why.
Enrichment Center.
But now I'm going to, oops, I don't have my normal exec on. But I want to go over quickly recording demos. Recording demos is a really important part of the run. You see here I have like recording demo.dem. To record demos, it's very simple. You do record and then whatever the name of your demo is. So if I want to do it like demo 1 or something, now I have demo 1 and it'll just increment. So demo 1 will become demo like underscore 2 or whatever when the next demo starts recording, when the next level load happens in 3 and 4 and 5, and you'll have demos throughout your run. To stop demo recording, you just type stop. It's as simple as that. Sar auto record will continue recording demos if you die and when you transition levels. So all you need to do is record a demo before your crosshair appears and this timer starts over here, your Livesplit timer. So there's a good window there between when you load in the containerized. Let's do sar speedrun reset, and then we'll do load containerized save. So it didn't actually reset correctly. I don't know. It's good to just restart things every time you do this because it's weird. I think it actually might have been, I don't know, sar speedrun reset. I think you don't want to load it from, I don't think you want to load the containerized save from inside of the game. I think you want to do it from the menu and you want to make sure demo recording has stopped. There we go. It should work this time. But see, all this time while I'm in the container, it hasn't stopped. So I have all this amount of time to do record demo. And now I'm recording a demo, and now the run started. So just make sure you start a recording at the demo, and then stop your demo after you shoot the moon at the end of the game. That should be it. I'm probably going to do a follow-up video with more advanced autoexec stuff and recording stuff and star stuff in the future, but this should just be the basics. And hopefully a little bit of problem solving stuff too, because not everything worked on the first try for me. So good luck with your speedrunning, and be sure to ask on the Discord if you have any questions.